A very good morning. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Divya Wadhwa. Let's get your top story on the hour, and that's Lalu Prasad Yadav. His wife Rabri Devi and daughter Misa Bharti have reached a court in Delhi today, the CBI court. Former railway minister and his wife, along with 14 others, are to appear before a Delhi court today in connection with a case related to the alleged land for job scam. The case relates to alleged connections and appointments made in the railways in return for land parcels gifted or sold to the Yadav family when he was the Minister of Railways between 2004 and 2009. The CBI in its charge sheet have alleged that irregular appointments were made in the railways, violating the laid down norms and procedures of the Indian Railways for recruitment. It has also alleged that quid pro quo, the candidates directly or through their immediate relatives and family members sold land to the family members of the RJD chief, Lalu Prasad Yadav, the then railway minister, at highly discounted rates, up to maybe 1/5 of the prevailing market rate. And on the 27th of last month, Special Judge Gitali Goyal had summoned issues to the accused people. That includes both the daughters of Lalu Prasad Yadav. They are also named in the land for job scam. We have Arvind joining us to get us details. Arvind, many ifs and buts if Lalu Prasad Yadav would make it to court or not, but now we have visuals of him reaching court this morning.
Yeah, Divya. Lalu Prasad Yadav family, which has been summoned by the CBI court in connection with this alleged land for job scam, has reached court, and then earlier the Central Bureau of Investigation had filed a charge sheet against almost 16 people. That also includes Lalu Prasad Yadav, his wife Rabri Devi, and his daughter Misa Bharti, in connection with this particular case. And court had taken cognizance of the charge sheet on February 27. After taking cognizance of the charge sheet, the court had issued summons to all the accused to be present in the court so that the copy of the charge sheet can be served to the accused. So almost all the 16 accused have to be present in the court so that their utterance can be taken on record, and then the charge sheet copy can be served to the legal counsel. Post which, because out of the 16 who have been charge sheeted, only 15 have, only one has been arrested, and the 15 have not been arrested by CBI. So all other 15 have to secure a regular bail. Even that particular process will also take place today. Post which the court will defer the matter for further hearing. So as of today, there are only two things expected today. One, the copy of the charge sheet will be served to all the accused, and then the application for regular bail for all the 15 accused who have not been arrested by CBI. That particular process will take place today.
So, Arvind, two of his daughters have also been named in the scam. If you could take us through the list of the others who have also been named here.
Divya, if you could see the first charge that has been filed by CBI, that contains the name of only 16 accused. That includes Lalu Yadav, his wife Rabri Devi, and his daughter Misa Bharti, and then all other 13 people are private individuals. No other family member of Lalu Prasad Yadav has been named in this particular charge sheet. But in the first charge sheet, CBI has focused on only two zones, only Central Zone and also Mumbai Zone. So what we are being told is that during the course of this, you have got to know there were several irregularities, including in several other zones, Northern Zone also and Western Zone also. The agency has got to know that several people are given their properties registered in the name of the family members of Lalu Prasad Yadav, either at discounted price or as gift. So that particular case of other zones, apart from Central Zone and Mumbai Zone, still being investigated by CBI. So as part of that investigation, only the Central Bureau of Investigation recently questioned both Lalu Prasad Yadav and Rabri Devi at their own residences, and then the agency also issued summons to Tejasvi Yadav. Though Tejasvi Yadav was summoned thrice, he has not appeared before the agency. He was asked to appear yesterday also. Even yesterday he didn't appear. So what we are being told is that the agency will be issuing such summons to him next week, asking him to appear in connection with this particular case.
Right. Arvind, thank you so much for getting us those details. We will keep tracking the story, as you can see on your screens right now. Lalu Prasad Yadav, his wife Rabri Devi and daughter Misa Bharti have reached the CBI court here in the national capital in connection with the jobs for land scam. Lalu Prasad Yadav, his wife and 14 others have been asked to appear before the court today. In other news, as the second leg of Parliament's budget session is underway, opposition leaders of as many as 18 parties are expected to hold a meeting today to chalk out the further strategies to corner the government on the Gautam Adani issue. According to reports, a proposal for the letter to be signed by all MPs may be discussed. Moreover, a proposal to march to the Enforcement Directorate's office may also be recommended. This also includes the parliament that's likely to continue as the opposition parties have upped their ante to press for their demand for a JPC to probe the Hindenburg report on Gautam Adani. And while the government has raked up the issue of the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's statements in the United Kingdom. So ruckus that continued on day 2, and today after this comes on the heels of the Prime Minister holding that crucial meeting with his senior ministers yesterday, and today 18 members of the opposition are also going to be meeting. Do remember yesterday Mallikarjun Kharge also at his office had that crucial meeting with opposition leaders. And BJP is demanding an apology from Rahul Gandhi. Today, Smriti Irani also spoke of Rahul Gandhi, talking about his yatra as well as what he had to say in the United Kingdom. So those comments still coming up, and let's just listen into what Smriti Irani had to say.
Rahul Gandhi went to an Indian university in the national capital and supported the slogan of Bharat Tere Tukde Honge. Rahul Gandhi further states in his travels to the United Kingdom that democracy is being blown to smithereens. However, this very gentleman in Jammu during the Bharat Jodo Yatra said all is well in India, which was a lie, Mr. Gandhi. Your statement in India or your statement in England?
Well, we have Sunil Prabhu joining us. Sunil, a crucial meeting amongst the opposition leaders, as many as 18 opposition leaders to be holding that meeting today.
That's right. They continue to demand for various issues to be discussed on the floor of the House. Most importantly, a demand for a joint parliamentary committee to go into the Hindenburg report. There are a host of other issues which they are wanting to raise, including price rise, the issue of Chinese incursion, and on the issue which Smriti Irani has raised along with a host of treasury benches. That point has been pointed out a number of times by the Congress party, that there have been several instances of the Prime Minister himself, slamming India abroad. And it's in that context that they say there is no question of Rahul Gandhi apologizing, even though that political point continues. Having said that, I think the Treasury benches also understand that if they have to draw salaries, government employees have to get their salaries, the budget needs to be passed before the 31st. Otherwise, they cannot, draw from the Consolidated Fund of India. If you want to have a proper discussion and get it passed, there are only 15 days left. And it's in that backdrop, with Parliament being adjourned day after day, we'll have to wait and see whether they will get on with government business or continue the slanging slugfest between both political parties and not getting down to real core issues of legislative business and governance.
Right. Thank you so much, Sunil, for joining us with all those details. We will keep coming back to you for more on that. Moving on to other news now from Pakistan, and the Pakistan police and supporters of Imran Khan clashed due to the news coming in of his possible arrest. A heavy contingent of police surrounded the residence of Pakistan's ousted Prime Minister Imran Khan in Lahore as Islamabad police intended to arrest him. Imran Khan in October last year was found guilty by Pakistan's Election Commission of unlawfully selling gifts to foreign dignitaries. The Union Pakistani law governing Islamabad's Tosha Khana, meaning the treasure house in Persian, politicians can retain official state gifts by paying a certain percentage of their value to the government. Charges were filed against the cricketer turned politician in an anti-corruption court last week. Now, an arrest warrant was issued, and that was skipped. Those summons were skipped by Mr. Imran Khan, and Pakistan police had to then use water cannons as well as tear gas to push back hundreds of people who had come out in support of Imran Khan outside his residence on Tuesday. One of the activists of Mr. Khan's party was killed during those clashes with the police, and as chaos continued for 8 hours, Mr. Khan at the time then released a video message stating that the police had arrived to arrest him and that the police thinks that if he goes to jail, the police will go to sleep. This is that the people will go to sleep. He said he was asking the people to prove them wrong, and that to prove that the Qawm or the people are alive. Listen in to what Imran Khan had to say.
जिस तरह का पुलिस ने हमला किया हमारे लोगों के ऊपर, ये तो यानी इसकी कोई मिसाल नहीं है. यानी क्या वजह है कि थोड़े से लोगों के ऊपर इस तरह का हमला किया और नुकसान पहुंचाया, वाटर कैनन, टीयर गैस, शेलिंग या घर के अंदर की, या बेचारे मुलाजिम थे, औरतें थी. तो इसका कुछ समझ नहीं आई कि जब मेरी बेल 18 तक थी और मैंने सिर्फ वो जो जिसके ऊपर उन्होंने वारंट निकाले हैं, इनको पता था कि मैं क्यों नहीं वो F8 कचहरी इस्लामाबाद में जा रहा, क्योंकि वहाँ 2 दफ़ा दहशतगर्दी के हमले हुए हैं और वहाँ वकला भी और जज भी शहीद हुए हैं. तो मैंने वहाँ सिक्योरिटी की वजह से, और उनको पता है कि मैंने तो सिक्योरिटी की वजह से मैं नहीं अपेयर हुआ. अब फिर से तैयारी कर रहे हैं, भारी कंटिंजेंट पुलिस की तैयार हो रही है, रेंजर्स तैयार हो रहे हैं, फिर जिस तरह ज़मान पाक को फतह करने आना है. मैं सिर्फ इंतशार को बचाने के लिए आज मैंने एक अंडरटेकिंग दी. इश्तियाक खान जो कि लाहौर हाई कोर्ट के प्रेसिडेंट हैं, उन्होंने श्योरिटी बॉन्ड दिया, जाके कोशिश की DIG को देने के लिए जो मुझे अरेस्ट करने आ रहा था. वो उन्होंने पब्लिक स्टेटमेंट भी दी कि वो DIG जान के नहीं मिला. और जो कोड ऑफ क्रिमिनल प्रोसीजर है उसका जो सेक्शन 76 है, उसके मुताबिक अगर ये श्योरिटी बॉन्ड दे दिया जाता है जो अरेस्टिंग ऑफिसर है, उसके बाद वो अरेस्ट नहीं कर सकता. और मैंने क्या श्योरिटी बॉन्ड दिया कि मैं 18 को जो मैंने पहले से भी कहा हुआ था, 18 को मैं अदालत में पेश होऊंगा. इसके बाद अब इसका कोई जवाज नहीं है अरेस्ट करने का, लेकिन उसने जान के नहीं लिया. और वजह उसकी क्या बदनीयती, क्या बदनीयती है? क्योंकि लंदन प्लान का हिस्सा है. लंदन प्लान में मुआहदा साइन हुआ है कि इमरान खान को जेल में डालना है, तहरीक इंसाफ को गिराना है, और ये नवाज शरीफ के सारे केसेस ख़त्म करने. ये नवाज शरीफ को श्योरिटी दी गई है, ताकतवर आदमी को. ये लंदन प्लान का हिस्सा है मुझे जेल में डालने का. इससे कोई कानून का ताल्लुक नहीं है, ना इसमें मैंने कोई जुर्म किया है. सिर्फ और सिर्फ इसके पीछे बदनीयती है. मैं इसलिए अपनी आज सारी कौम को बता रहा हूँ कि फिर से वो तैयार है, फिर से उन्होंने आना है, फिर से हमारे लोगों के ऊपर टेयर गैसिंग और ये सब कुछ करेंगे. लेकिन पता होना चाहिए कि इनके पास अब कोई जवाब नहीं है.
Why are your party members preventing this arrest? Because this is under legal provisions. This is to be done, isn't it?
I mean, do you call it illegal when there are 83 cases against Imran Khan where he is accused? It's not humanly possible for any person to appear in 83 cases in the courts. So this is, I mean, in a deep state currently in a sham democracy which is being practiced now in Pakistan, this fascist regime take the same measures. I mean, it becomes the norms that the most political leader who has yesterday launched his campaign, his election campaign, and today they have made this drama. So what do you expect from them? Those who are most unpopular, those who are incumbent government, this incumbent government is the most unpopular government ever in Pakistan. So they are trying to, I mean, create the law and order situation, and the hidden agenda is to postpone the elections. So ultimately, in any of 83 cases, I mean, if not in Tosha Khana case or a judge case, maybe in some other case, they are going to ultimately arrest him.
In other news, a massive public outcry in Telangana after the leak of a government job recruitment exam paper. 9 people have been arrested and the governor has sought a report within 48 hours. And a special SIT probe has also been ordered by the Hyderabad Police Commissioner, even as their demands for a CBI probe. My colleague Uma gets us all the details.
So this exam happened on the 5th of March. It's an exam for recruitment to 833 posts in the engineering department of Telangana, and 55,000 engineers sat for that particular exam. Subsequently, when there were reports that allegations that there could have been a fraud, the police investigated, and what they found is that two people who were employees of the Telangana State Public Service Commission had colluded with others to perpetrate this fraud. What happened was that the assistant section officer had stolen the password from the section officer, copied the question paper onto a pen drive, and then made copies and passed it on, in fact, to a government Hindi school teacher and her husband, who tried to pass it on to a police constable who said he did not want the papers, but he directed them to other two people who would be writing this exam, and they in fact bought the papers for 13.5 lakh rupees and sat in the house of, they were also relatives of this Renuka teacher, and they sat in her house and prepared for this question paper for 2 days, sitting in her house with a leaked question paper. Now, whether this fraud is bigger than what it appears to be, whether only these 9 people were involved, whether there are other people to who they sold this question paper, that is still open to investigation. Also, whether the fraud is limited to this exam, and whether there could have been a similar fraud, hacking of the system, because of which other exams may have also got corrupted in this sense with a leakage of a paper. That is something that the investigators are investigating. But as of now, the Telangana Public Service Commission is going to take a call today on whether the engineers exam itself needs to be cancelled and redone again. Already exams were to take place on March 12th, March 15th, March 16th. These were to assistant veterinary surgeon as well as town planning, building overseer. All those exams have been cancelled. What has happened is that the confidence and the trust of the people in the public service commission system has in fact been shaken. And as you know, jobs, especially government jobs, tend to be a very emotive issue and a politically very sensitive issue, because of which there is this public outcry. All political parties, from the BJP to the Congress to several other student organizations, all of them out on the roads protesting, demanding that there should be a CBI probe or a probe by a sitting judge in this particular case. The BJP state chief, Bandi Sanjay, has also put out a series of tweets in which he has put out the OMR sheet of the prime accused in this case, who is a Public Service Commission employee. He's called Praveen, and he says that this OMR sheet shows that he had scored 103 marks out of 150 in a Group 1 prelim exam that he sat for, and he says that that is also meaning that it has been compromised. We have not independently verified whether it indeed belongs to this particular person, Praveen, as is being claimed. We are told that he had in fact even marked his attendance in college in office on that very same day. The other side, politically, the governor also demanding that she should get a report within 48 hours, and up to the government now to try and control this damage, because as you know, this can become politically very sensitive for the government, and people's trust in this notification of jobs and government jobs needs to be reinstated in a sense. Back to you.
Now, a video has gone completely viral where a man was throwing currency notes from his running car in Gurugram. YouTuber Joravar Singh Kalsi and his friend Lucky Kamboj were arrested by the police in Gurugram after that video that was posted on social media showed them throwing currency notes on the road. The police said that they were recreating the money-chasing scene from a web series. This is in reference to Shahid Kapoor and KK Menon's star web series called Farzi. The incident took place on the underpass of Gurugram's DLF Golf Course Road on the 2nd of this month. The police have charged them with dangerous driving, and in an effort to replicate that scene from the web series, Lucky Kamboj can be seen throwing cash from a white Baleno's trunk while wearing a mask in the video as Joravar Singh Kalsi drives the car. It was probably staged to get likes on social media. The video that was posted by them on social media handle has now been deleted.
इन्वेस्टिगेशन को आगे बढ़ाते हुए हमने इस केस में जो मुख्य आरोपी थे जोरावर सिंह कलसी, उनको अरेस्ट कर लिया है और उनके साथ ही जो उस वीडियो में दिख रहे हैं गुरप्रीत सिंह अलियास लकी, दोनों अभियुक्तों को हमने इस केस में अरेस्ट कर लिया है। और उन्होंने अपने डिस्क्लोजर स्टेटमेंट में ये बताया है कि उनके साथ 2 उनके साथी और थे जो उस कार के पीछे एक बाइक पर चल रहे थे और बाइक से वीडियो बना रहे थे। उन दोनों अभियुक्तों के नाम भी डिस्क्लोजर स्टेटमेंट में सामने आ गए हैं और जोरावर सिंह कलसी और गुरप्रीत सिंह अलियास लकी से हम लोगों ने इस वीडियो को शूट करते हुए जो नोट उन्होंने रोड पर फेंके थे उनसे मिलते जुलते नोट और हमने इनसे बरामद कर लिए हैं और अभियोग में जो कार इस्तेमाल की गई थी उसको बरामद करने का प्रयास अभी चल रहा है।
Those are fake currency notes that are being dumped out of that car in Gurugram. With that, we're slipping a very short break. On the other side, we'll get you India promising to help startups navigate the Silicon Valley bank storm. That and a whole lot more. Stay with us.
Deeply polarized world where space for disagreement is shrinking, where take it or leave it defines discourse. We take a step back. A debate has many facets, perhaps no one right answer. Left, right and center, conversations that get to the core of the debate. Left, right and center with me, Vishnu Shom, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
Gadgets 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs.
Gadget 360, Gadget Love.
Gadgets 360, Gadgets Love.
You too can get some gadget love with buying guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadgets 360.
Debates are essential not just for journalism but for humanity. It ignites our mind, opens it up for counter opinion. To hear all views, opinion of all hues. Which is why the oldest running debate show on Indian news television is not 23 years old, but young at 23.
इस इनिशिएटिव को मैं अभिनंदन करता हूं कि सच को सच के रूप में पेश करने का उन्होंने साहस दिखाया।
So let us begin the big fight.
This is NDTV. No noise, no shouting, and most importantly, no lies. Our lead story tonight. Big international story. India is closely watching it. News that informs and inspires.
The news with Sonia Singh. Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. Only on NDTV 24/7.
The only side we're on is yours.
Cross the distance between darkness and vision. Teach a generation that has lost all hope. Treat a patient from thousands of miles away. None of this was possible
till technology stepped in and made it possible. A selection of the finest stories from across the country where technology comes with a human touch.
Unleash your dreams with Snapdragon in collaboration with NDTV. Only on the NDTV network.
In a deeply polarized world where space for disagreement is shrinking, where take it or leave it defines discourse, we take a step back. A debate has many facets, perhaps no one right answer. Left, right and center, conversations that get to the core of the debate. Left, right and center with me, Vishnu Shom, 9 p.m. on NDTV 24/7.
Gadgets 360 is here to help you with all your tech needs.
Gadget 360, Gadget Love.
Gadgets 360, Gadgets Love.
You too can get some gadget love with buying guides, expert reviews, and all the latest news on Gadgets 360.
Welcome back. Now, State IT Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar interacted with over 450 Indian startups, venture capitalists, industry leaders and other stakeholders to assess the impact of the Silicon Valley bank collapse. He assured them that the government is laser focused on helping them tide over this crisis. He pushed for the startups to use the more stable Indian banking system and promised to explore how the government can facilitate the transfer.
Government of India's priority is first of all to tide over this crisis. So we are laser focused on making sure that every startup is able to navigate the storm, and whatever we need to do to make sure that they navigate the storm, we do.
And this is the second leg of the Parliament's budget session that's underway, and opposition leaders of as many as 18 parties are expected to hold a meeting today to chalk out further strategies to corner the government on the Gautam Adani issue. These are visuals coming from outside Parliament, and protests taking place by the TMC outside Parliament on day 3. Ruckus continues, and according to reports, a proposal for a letter to be signed by all MPs may be discussed. Moreover, a proposal to march to the Enforcement Directorate's office may also be recommended.
মূল্য বৃদ্ধির প্রতিবাদে পেট্রোপণ্যের মূল্য ডোমেস্টিক গ্যাসের মূল্য বৃদ্ধি লাগাম ছাড়া। একবার হয়ে গেলে পরবর্তীকালে যে কোনো বিষয়কে আমরা চুপ করে থাকতে দেব না। আমরা এই জ্বলন্ত ইস্যুগুলোকে বারবার মানুষের সামনে নিয়ে আসব। লোকসভার অধিবেশন হতে পারছে না, অত্যন্ত দুঃখের বিষয়। It's the most unfortunate that Parliament is not succeeding to commence their sessions. Whether the ruling party or the main opposition party, both are in loggerheads with each other. But do you want to raise the issues of the common people? We have many such important issues, and possibly one of the topmost issues are the price hike of the petrol.
Opposition parties have upped their ante to press for their demand for a JPC to probe the Hindenburg report on the Gautam Adani, while the government has raked up the issue of Congress leader Rahul Gandhi and the comments that he made in UK. With that, we're slipping to a very short break. News and updates will continue on the other side. Stay with us.